In this video lesson, we are going to look at quadratic equations, and more specifically, we are going to look at solving them using the K method. Now, where we find the K method very helpful is if you look at this equation, it looks very complicated. So what we want to do is we want to use a different variable to simplify our initial equation and then solve it in terms of that variable and then replace back what we took out. So with that, I meant in this case, if we just inspect this, we can see this a plus 4a is there, and then it's again here a plus 4a. So what we can do is we're going to take this complicated thing and just replace it with a variable, and we normally call that variable k. So wherever I see that, I'm just going to replace. So obviously a condition is it has to be something that you see repeats in 2 or more places in your equation. And obviously it has to contain all the current variables because you want to replace all the current variables with k. Alright, and you'll also see during the steps or during the course of these doing this sum, you should be able to do most of what we're going to do. It's just a matter of what to do basically, because you're basically just going to solve for quadratic equations. Okay, so if we do replace that k, we get k squared plus k equals to 20. And now that is a very simple equation to solve for. So I'm going to bring everybody to the one side. K squared plus k minus 20 equals to 0. Then if we factorize, we get k plus 5 and k minus 4. And so I'm assuming like everything, all these you can already do. You know how to solve quadratic equations, how to factorize quadratic, or do quadratic factorization and so on. Right, so k is equal to negative 5 or k is equal to 4. So what I'm going to do now, once I've solved for k, I'm going to take this expression which I substituted k for and substituted back, exchange it again. So this is a plus 4 over a equals to negative 5 on the one side, or a plus 4 over a equals to 4 on the other side. Right, so let's start with this one and just solve for that completely. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply each term with a because I want to get rid of the fraction. So this and this would cancel. Then I'm left with a squared plus 4 equals to negative 5a. Then we take everything to the one side. A squared plus 5a plus 4 equals to 0. Then we factorize a plus 4a plus 1 equals to 0, and then solve. So a is equal to negative 4 or a is equal to negative 1. On this side, we also multiply through with a. Then we have a squared plus 4 equals to 4a, bring over to the one side. A squared minus 4a plus 4 is equal to 0. Then we factorize, so we have a minus 2 equals to 0. So for both of them, a minus 2 is equal to 0, so a is equal to 2. In this case, we have one that looks like this. We can see that this and this repeats. Okay, so we're just going to put a k in there and a k in there. Then we have k plus 1 over k equals to negative 2. Right, multiply through each and every term with k. So we have k squared plus 1 equals to negative 2k. Bring the negative 2 over. K squared plus 2k plus 1 equals to 0. We factorize k plus 1 equals to 0. So for both of these, k is equal to negative 1. Put this back in. X squared plus x minus 3 equals to negative 1. Bring the negative 1 over. Then simplify. Then factorize. So this is x minus 1. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's x plus 2 equals to 0. And then x is equal to 1, or x is equal to negative 2.